It is very wonderful having you back here on this day, recording such events and such discussions that actually holds a breath and life taking and life breathing and springing out of someone. There is a need for us to touch on this very conversation part that actually holds life hereafter or being separated from what actually is from old and to new. But have you even in this day asked yourself this question? If you actually been taken out of the old things and have ordained or been ordained or have been bestowed upon the kind of new situation, new heavens, have you parted way from the old church and having a new church? That I wouldn't matter so much and it wouldn't so much be concerned to talk about. Do you attend any service of ministration of spirit? Do you only see it as alphabet? But what I told you hold on this very topic, the new heavens and new earth. Do you have anything very good discussing or talking about here? Maybe you take a look at it very well. Check in here somebody very critical because you need it. Even if nobody teaches you, you are asked. It is your responsibility that no man should even teach you by the Spirit. So before you have such things, before anything like this takes place, then there's a need for you to know what is really at stake. Be here and tune in every now and then for a guidance, a sweet, good guidance. This is a very wonderful, most touching part of the whole conversation of the scriptures. If you can have it as a holy scripture, then you look at it very well, the intelligence that plays a role here. You don't have to have certain things corrupt to have it discussed here. We have to actually talk about what makes the living spirit powerful, good spirit, authority that gives you living and understanding. Here is the topic. I actually must do this always and share with someone the best teaching that I am not giving you but the spirit, but the best that practically was made known. I hold it, and I'm the one leading that path because I am telling you, love is real. It's not the kind of love you have been discussing or been taught that is a letter or ABCD. There's more than you are hearing and doing. So it is better you allow the Spirit to also guide you. And who are the spirits? The angels. So whenever you see a spirit teaching you, that person is a great good angel or a powerful righteous man. Because you cannot have anything rotten, ever corrupt, teach you anything that is never corrupt. It is nothing complete. So do this. I can take some, scripture references from all this, and that we're going to go live onto our presentation table right now. You ought to know that there are things you actually need that no man can teach except it was given. It is written and for your understanding. But if you have no spirit that is understanding in you, you can do anything and do nothing. You will still hold no understanding. It is my duty and honor to talk to you about the new heavens. Who enters there, who not going to enter there. Look, there can be a lot talking to you about heaven, but they don't even know what it holds. What shall be the heavens? What's the relationship between the new heaven and the old relation? The old relationship of the old heavens. So I'm simply saying that what is the new relationship between the old and the new heavens? Do they have anything in common? I can assure you, they have nothing in common. Because if I do any comparison, it means that you should have something maybe baffling your life. And when it gets to a point, that thing that surprises you the most is taken away, and you enter another realm that do not favor you. And I said, no, that's not where I'm taking you. I'm rather moving it from one kingdom to the other, and from this low to rising and rising to that top, so that we keep going on. Because this world hasn't really got that kind of imaginative end to you. It can end with you right there, right now, but it doesn't make it what the Lord has predestined. But what the Lord has said it will end, surely it will never fail. But who is the Lord unto you? You should know that something that you have never seen before in this life, that is living in your days, and you are living in that days too, and sharing a breath or gift of that thing, and you do not know who came with it. And that you supply your best to nothing. If you supply your best to the old heavens, you will surely be taken away from this world. And that old heaven shall pass away. It shall vanish away. And the ones who actually will do this of the new heaven They are the ones who have built treasure. So the new heaven is actually a treasure. Think it is impossible. Think it there is nothing in that thing which you're looking at or working on. There's something within. There's something beneath. May I also take this as a great opportunity to demonstrating some few things over the screen as it happens somewhere also live with you and on your channel. Very well. You'll appreciate every time we come around to demonstrate right what you are here really having on the screen. Beware of such teaching that comes from people, and many are they that claim the Lord has given. But are you truly been given? But if they have been given, have you testified to whether it has truly been given them? It is your duty and honor. Probably, if you do this, it becomes an honor. But if it becomes a burden, then it's your duty, because until you perform this or you carry it out, you're never anywhere going to have it. Whoever shall promise you, let them promise you anything. It is still not what you think. The new heaven still is a new heaven to its kingdom, and you cannot hold anything. This is not yours. Focus more on what I'm saying right now because you need it more. So let's go on this. It is really good to hear that we are talking about a new heaven. Of course, if you have lived in someone's apartment and you have built a new house, and you know what you feel like when you are in someone's rented apartment, and then you are now comfortably moving to your place where you have designed, or things have been designed to suit your interests and choices and preferences chosen, and making diagnosis, things that actually relieve you. Do you know not even a relationship that you hold between yourself and your spirit? Now, if you have any relationship with understanding, you will know that understanding comes but to teach nothing but create. Because whatever you teach that is not in existence, that do not hold any tangible part or physical part, is actually not what the Lord has given. Because the Lord did create. By the words he created. By his spirit he's established it. And by the same words and spirit he made a flesh. So whatever he speaks that remains on the screen, that do not have affection or effect or good or bad on something somewhere, that do not make a change, that is actually not the word from the on high, the Lord Almighty, as it is giving you the righteous person, the holy one, the meek, the ones who actually do this without seeing it, yet they have done so much. The Lord honor the good, the 0 and the 7, the 5-0. So thank you quickly. Let's drive in quickly on the part where you need it, and you need that no one teaches you all these things. But if you have someone guiding you, then it's an angel, because he will not say that when we get to this place, it is ending over there, except we have something that is more than you can think of. If that can be the great thing you need, let's focus more on what I'm going to be talking about here. It is your responsibility to know what I'm saying. May I take into this consideration a scripture from this. Now, let me quickly chip in this first. Before we open to this, listen here. Now listen to what somebody, if you also really follow Christ and his great mission and powerful work, just listen to somebody over here. I'm taking my time because there's a great, mighty, intelligent angel or spirit that is communicating this to you right now. So I'm not either looking on it or seeing, or like I've just had this to speak it freely. I'm giving it like I'm not under any manipulation, because what I'm talking of is actually what is the way forward. So that if you don't have this kind of situation of knowing what is new and old, you can never actually know what is even new or old. So John chapter 16 verse 12. I'm not talking about any dead body here. Listen to the words that have life. Don't listen to the name, because the name may have been corrupted by people. So I'm talking to you about not the name but the works. And the works are the words here, and the words are the flesh of the original man, because the names are actually corrupt. Yes, I tell you. So we are not looking at any names here. But that person who actually holds an account of this part knows himself. So beware of such things, people who try to say, what's your name, what do you do, these are not what you are focusing on. Let's look at what is actually beneath this conversation. Now here it says, I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. 2022 years ago, which is now, because the days of the end is the same day of the beginning. And likewise, the end was made known from the beginning. So whatever you didn't see that time, that you are seeing now is this. He did also speak that you didn't see. So from this, you are seeing as they that carry this work out there on street or in private places, and the wonderful ones are the redeemed, or remission of faith, deliver and cast out all uncleanness. And this, they were replaced by the sweet, powerful words, creative, powerful spirits. These are the things you actually need. So he says, I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. So as they could not bear it that time, and you are probably want to say fortunate or unfortunately you've been here and you can also not bear it because you are not also carrying the same path. You are not leading such a path. You are not following such a path. So you hear it is there and it sounds that like that to that person. But as for him or to those people, they were given these words directly from that person, righteous man's hand, and from that just person's mouth. So that as for them, they hear it, they see it not. But it's as imaginably seeing it live, things that were spoken as words, they see it live spoken. Yet the works of it is now manifested. That's what it simply means here. So that Christ, who did say this, what do you think it is now if you have any fake system in your head and you have to replace it with something that gives you the freedom, sense of freedom? Would you not have allowed yourself to be treated that way? I believe nothing, because if I had to believe it, it means that you want to say that I don't believe anything. But if I don't believe it, it means I already believe it or not. I am that working. Whether I pick up a cutlass and go into a bush or on street, wherever, I want to show you that simply what I'm doing is that this cutlass has a function. The cutlass has what? A function. It was for this reason and this purpose. Christ, who taught them, He's shown them that I've not come to give peace to them, to the world, as He did say, but that sword. Now, if that which He speak or said over there, if that had no function, why do you think when he was being under that very brooding of his enemies to cause him that arrest that night, that midnight, why do you think cutlass was being used over there by his own persons? So has he taken the weapon out of their hand and only given them word of mouth? No. It was both word of mouth and what? The sword that cut the ear of that one enemy. That you may know, whoever teaches you or guide you through a way that is not with the sword is not showing you where the life exists. Because I see that presence. So feel it also. Now let His word create in us every bone. Whatever the Lord recall as our standing pillar, let our pillar never be broken, because it is this pillar that is the strength of all that I'm saying. Without this, I cannot move anywhere. Or I could be operating in Holy Spirit realms. It means I have limitation somewhere. My freedom would have been taken. But may the Lord of holy greatest, He will make these things known to us. May He never fail. So now with this that I open to you, all that is still what you don't get, and now you are getting it. So quickly, now shift to Isaiah chapter 65, verse 20. We are not after certain things, but let the words and the works mean so much to you, because no man can say they know better if the Spirit had given it or had led it. Now I have the love demonstrating power of love, so I can touch on things that were what? Produced by love. And by the seed of love is what? Spirit. So that the one you didn't know had actually appeared before you, and you are still looking up to something else, focusing on where we have not actually asked you or direct you to be. So here, listen, if any man teaches you or guide you, he is taking you to heaven, he's sending you to heaven. Let this person be that liar, except they tell you where they have built and where you are actually going as the new heavens. You cannot actually just in anywhere, in the context, general, say, you go in heaven, you go in heaven. You actually have no heaven built. I'm going to be speaking in my language like this is real. The ones who have built heavens, you shall know that truly that they actually have been given and have given you passport where they're going, and you're going with them. So here it is. He said, Isaiah 65 verse 20. Now listen well. Pay attention to the words and how I carve it out. That is what it means so much here today. Now listen to what happens to the first heavens. So the relationship of the first heaven is that what is between the first heaven and the old heaven, that which is between is cursed. Now, if you know not cursed, you cannot know where the old heaven will be and the new heaven is even established. Here it is. He says, no longer will there be in it an infant who lives but a few days, or an old man who does not live out his days. For the youth will die at the age of 100, and the one, so he say, you are even giving a new age here. He said, for the youth shall die at what age? For the youth will die at the age of 100. Is this applying here, or there is a tautology or kind of misunderstanding here or misinterpretation? Very well. As you learn or read or are being guided, you shall know always what is new and something you actually cannot do without. When the Lord indeed is treating you, how and the way you shall be treated, not how somebody understands it in their own mind. No, this you need. So pay more attention here. So that I continue to carve and says here, and it says that, and the one who does not reach the age of 100 will be taught accursed. I hope you get it. So if we are living in such a days and everyone or just everything is just dying or going out of bank and just all this, you know that it is cursed. Because they are dying out of what? Cursed. So that I want to tell, trusting these words, oh Lord, somebody who is hearing me, sharing this broadcast and subscribing because you have heard of what you've not heard before. Because this day, even though it has been with you, yet you still don't know it until somebody comes your way today to show you what existed that you don't even know and what has not even existed yet and that you are yet to know. So that he who dies at this age of the youth, you are accursed. Don't hide this. You should know better. So heaven that you have not seen, heaven that you were not predestined, you truly have missed it. You could not carry your holiness into it through it. May the Lord of holiness, an angel of the Lord, the most holy, and he who dwells in the mighty powerful gardens, who teaches his children the way to life and the way to live and the path that look that wonderful to the Lord. So if you're one who died at this age, you are cursed. And this is where the angel will come with life and give you the deep insight of such things that they are just preaching, but they know not what it holds, except the one who fulfills it actually comes away. Thank you. Quickly, I must move to the other side of this scripture. We must take it that how powerful it is now. You cannot do without such things because they hold words that you cannot bear, yet they are needed in your life. Who do you trust more in these works? Do you trust the one who gives life or whoever is just preaching you somebody? Do you need it than the Lord needs it, or you need it more than who is preaching this to you or speaking or creating with it? Maybe I'm of this view that you don't know that I should just be in the garden somewhere to show you my nose, my lip, and my facial forehead, and the way I present myself. If the one who was predestined to be among them those days is still here now showing you the path and things you have not done from the past, and now you are focusing on the path that is even leading you to the worst decision path taken, do you not take this thing the way it is? Do you think the Lord has come to uncover you from your very kind of secrecy and made known to the world if you are that clean and unclean and you do not see yourself unclean as you are and you want to call it to somebody instead you want to say here it is? Never hear like that. What I say to you, this is what it is. Here I am. If I worship nothing except I see the Holy One. That I worship no man because I have what is bigger than what you worship. Hold these words in that powerful spirit, if there be truth born in you. That which is giving life is mightier than whatever wants to take life out of you. That is true. Let's move quickly over this next presentative material. And here, listen, you have realized that whatever the new scriptures or the new age or the new heaven holds to tell you, you can have also a part of it in the old one. For if that which was predestined to be from the old age had to see the new, you will surely have a connection. We started with what? Isaiah. Is Isaiah not a part of what you shall call Old Testament? How many years ago? It's not even your age to even mention his name. I want to say a very big thank you to you all who make this work so well. The bones that we carry should not be dead bones. Let the dead bone and rotten bones, and let the kyphosis, colossus, and all that is rotten beneath and in inside, let it be not as a bone here. But even if that be one of that, shall Lazarus have a friend indeed like Jesus Christ, not the name Jesus, but Christ, the anointed, the one who have words and created, shall he have such a person and not see why he came? May you say something now, as the Lord will wish that it's happening and not fake as somebody want to fake the issue. Yes, because I hold no such fake things and fake name of people. I hold things in conformity to the Lord and rights of the Lord. So quickly. So here we are in Revelation. Now you must have realized quickly that that which was spoken to somebody over at that time, as of a prophet, was given. And now after Christ had been taken up somewhere, you will now see another revelation again. And this revelation is this, from the pure state. That time somebody was already in a state of communicating to the Lord, had given. And that time, that which had come to fulfill had also actually been taken up in right before you. And now he also, after going, he has sent something unto you, right down to you, descending unto you these things, these visions, these revelations. This was revealed as it is. But if it was revealed, has these things been fulfilled, or you are yet to say it, it means you must regard this faith very well because it's so new. So if you do not place yourself well in the new system, you shall go against it and it shall be also something that condemns you. So quickly I must go on. I see quadruple two. Now let's go on quickly. I'm going to say this. So Revelation chapter 21 verse 3, and as a listen. If you have no ear, you cannot hear when even the heaven is calling or here is talking. So the ones who hear this thing or heard these things from that very beginning or that turning age, they were ones who were sleeping and the Lord woke them up by his words and spirit. And so they that really have received it, they have carried out what they have received, what they heard, a relationship that is between they and the heavens. So when the heavens were calling, it was that which testified to be what? Witness of blood, spirit, and waters on this, that grab it. And you see the same person as flesh, human. And if you do not see any of this in you, you have no heavenly record. It means you did not come from heaven. It means you did not have your name written in the heavens for you to come down here and build the new heavens that we're talking about right here. So Revelation chapter 21 verse 30 says, and I heard a loud voice from the throne. Throne. Say that again. Throne. Saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is among men. So is this with us or is not with us? Oh, is what I'm saying actually probably what you don't understand? Is it with me? You understand right now. Because I cannot place no word such as an understanding and not understanding here. I command that the understanding replaces what you don't understand. So that what you hearing is never going to give you what is dead but living. But of course, if you have life in you, you shall see it being watered right now. Said, behold, the tabernacle of God. And so what I say, God, is generation is among men. Not just everyone here, not every one of you. It is that, he said, it means that when you search in the days that you are living in this flesh, as you can call your friend, a neighbor, a brother, among these, there is one or two of them that carry these things of heaven down here. That's what it means. And I continue, Calvin said, he will dwell among them. So he has not promised he will stay far away or somewhere so that if I'm hungry and I'm now looking for him somewhere, how is it that I can carry on something that have no fuel or life in it? If he that has promised is a lost in thought. So I give you the wisdom of what? Lost in thought. So I'm giving guidance that I give you this. You can hear that the trumpet of things wonderful, creatively, giving you what you need. So that he says, he will dwell among them, and they shall be his people. shall this be if everyone is dead before these things happen? Who would you call your people? Who would you call the people or men? If that which is dead and they call it ghost, you would you call the people? No. So things that you are having or receiving now, they actually hold different thought, different mission, different creation, different activity. You cannot relate this thing to what you understand to be a man of God teaching you. No, it's never true. It says that you may understand more and creatively because you can hold what you understand also. That's what it means. He said, and God, or I say, and the generation himself will be among them. So he said that he's not promising you nothing. He said he himself will be with you. So that which was taken up, he's now giving you that which is also in heaven. Now promising you what shall also return to you before you are taken to the what? The new heavens. And it is the new heaven that made up all this news. And that's real. Now, as it continues, Calvin here is at Revelation 21 verse 4, and it says that, and he will wipe away every tear from the eyes. So from the eyes. So from the eyes. So listen, and there will no longer be any death. Of course, you see why. So you cannot put together death and life. You can't be talking about such things when it is time for newness. You only part way from that one. I tell you, if you are truly been given life or power over such things, you will see it definitely happen and not fail. I tell you, there will be no longer. It says what? There will no longer be any mourning or crying or pain. The first things have passed away. So that is, you were told, and you shall know this well as we cover on. You must know where it's speaking what you need now. So quickly, let's go to the next presented material right now, because what I do here, you actually need to share it, broadcast it with people, your friends. You don't have to joke with it at all. You can see that my background is backgrounds of backgrounds. Lesson somebody swiftly, you will want to do it, but not that if you did it swiftly and nobody understands, it means that you didn't create with it. But if you can create with that patience also, not the name of a person. You can create with time. That means time following, guidance. Quickly, I want to dive into this part also. Now let's go quickly. If you are moving with a time of life and healing, the spirit and splendor of this work, randomly postured right now, so that which is buried, you are not buried with it to rot. But if you are also alive as they that was given life, or as they that rise from that rottenness and have different flesh, different bones, different spirit, then you cannot. Yeah, actually, you will be one of them. Let your mouth not be too wide to eating and just opening your mouth to nothing. But if you are opening it, you should know what degrees you are also communicating. I know what I'm saying. You also know. You understand what you are hearing now. So Revelation 21, verse 1. Now listen. So somebody going to tell you about a relationship of something, or he's going to tell you about you. You are the relationship. Yet you don't know the old heaven and the new heaven. So you are just being in that place where you don't know who carry you. That's what I'm saying. So relationships actually, you don't know who carries you left or right. You are being between these two things. And you don't know that you don't even form a part of it unless you belong to at least what is giving you while you're living, or what you are still living on. So it says again, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. There won't be like this again. Because I am living in such a world that you don't even have a knowledge of. And that knowledge is what I'm sharing with you, that you may know love is real. Love is not words. For if that be words, now it became flesh. So you can say that love is not just being preached or be loved, be loved. No, you have to see him being loved and loving you. So that if he hates you, he knows why he hates you, because that's your reward. And it says what? For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. What do you mean or understand by passed away? This is practical. It shall not be there anymore. You have to trust that. You don't have to trust this word before it is written. Something that has been written and 2022 years ago being written. What shall you do to change it? Except you are a spirit or the angel who have come to make the changes, the new system. And it said, listen, somebody. It said, and there is no longer any sea. So you don't even know what is a sea. But if that which is taken away as a sea is taken, you truly see that he created something and they named it sea. If you see the right sea, you know what is sea. Now I'll go quickly to Isaiah 66 verse 22 and listen to what, if in relation of New Testament and Old Testament, you are still seeing a new heaven and old heavens. Then what at all makes that one old still? There's nothing old, there's nothing new, except you know the difference. Then you can tell why we are moving. We are moving from this state of life or situation to yet another that the Lord has predestined. And that which has been predestined from the old, it is in the new one. That he has truly had a place. He has created or designed a place that shall be new, truly new to him. Here we are. I'm telling you more that is really more interesting and very, very interesting. And it says, what happens here? So Isaiah 66 verse 22. Here it is. Listen, it says, for just as the new heavens and the new earth, which I make, so which the Lord makes, will endure before me. He said, it shall be right before he himself that make it. And he who is talking about this thing shall know it too, because it shall be his testimony of what the Lord has given to him as words, and it shall manifest in flesh too. So there are most people who actually have been fortunate to see the visions of what you are doing clearly, so that they are not see. Of course, they are not seeing that which is not vision. But as I speak or point out to you, this is both. This is water. This is earth. This is an angel days. This is the truth. That you are seeing it. This is the visions you are seeing truly. So that I'm not only seeing in the spirit something, but as I see it and communicate it, it manifests itself right before your eyes and you see it. That's why he said, and for all eyes shall see it. That's the only way you can place those terms. Now listen to what happened here next. Now listen. So who declares this over here? Shall the Lord declare a word, and you shall not see he himself, and he shall not hear himself what he has declared, and it will not happen. May every deaf pronunciation by any generation rebuke itself back to where it was cast, and it shall not be in my house, neither will it be anywhere I call a woman or a friend of mine. They shall find no place in my house. That is because I host not such things. They claim, yet I say, I am my great kingdom myself, and the Lord decree, and so it shall establish because I declare. Now listen, if the Lord declares something, shall it be holding on to? Shall somebody pray about it and shall change? No, I don't think so. It is abomination to say, the Lord declare, and you say you pray and it changed. What have you changed? When you pray and it changes, it means that if you were there and the Lord had begun creation, you would have been that person when the Lord wants to create this, and you say you won't agree that he created. But listen clear and carefully as I go on now. I'm speaking a language that's actually very different. You know what I'm saying? That language sounds so perfect, like it holds clean, pure state in you to you. Now I'm also speaking that it shall not be just words, but this because the words have already been made words, but that it should become what? A created manifestative material. So he said, for just as the new heavens and the new earth which I make. So I say, which the Lord make will endure before me. So he himself that made the new and the old heaven had decreed that the old heaven shall pass away and the old earth shall pass away. But the new heaven and the new earth that he is making, that he has made, will be right before him, and you shall see himself walking on it or living in it or enjoying his fruit. That means he would live to enjoy the fruit of his works. That's what it means here again. So he said, declares the Lord. He will speak this. He's the same person saying he has said it. So shall Isaiah be speaking of what is rotten and what is not true? Shall this be a testimony of manifestation? Yes, that if I be hungry, I will eat. If I need life, I will have life. If bone is broken, fractured, it will take back. Any bone disease, ailment, or any evil manipulation, it is gone out of my body. Because I shall not be a beast to put a rope on my neck. When I have someone placed better, where shall I have given myself? Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. We are not you and I, my host and I. What I agree with something. And if you know one of that thing, I disagree with you. Because the Spirit will never agree with what you are not a part of or form of. So he said, so my offsprings and my name will endure. Now, if you give birth to something in your sin, the children you bear will bear the name and your consequence of your life and situation you have really been entangled. It shall not be my own. It's not my portion. For I show you what the Spirit points out to you clearly. Here, that's what I'm doing. I won't carry your testimony. It's not my testimony. Yes, my testimony is this: predestined. My testimony is what? Predestined to seeing the one who made this thing from the beginning, to have him and the beauty of him. This is the holy works. Thank you again for communicating this continuity of carbon. Now listen to what Hebrews have to say or had to say. Now Hebrews chapter 12, I don't normally call 12. Hebrews chapter 1, 2, verse 28. Now listen here. He said, therefore, since we does not refer to you and I today. We refer to the one who is hearing and is doing it, not the one who is only hearing and he will not do it. You are not a part of we. So that I don't call you we. The Spirit. So the angels of my host. So therefore, since my host receive a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let my host show gratitude by which my host may offer to the generation of God or the Lord who made it an acceptable service with reverence and awe. So to be awe, it means that before I feel it, it is already established that I can touch what I feel, or just saying that it's from within or within. Thank you so much for your great understanding. For all these things you shall be given truly by an angel, not just somebody who has rotten it, somebody who corrupted cannot be giving you these things. May the Lord and his powerful words here, as he said, he declares, so it is, that he will be changed. Truly, whatever is of old and of old generation will be taken out of us. Whatever is of curse, rotten, map, even if the God of the old God or old generation curses, let it return to him, his own curse, that he may see that truly the one who liveth and endureth the goodness of his predestined works, he is this person communicating it and making it a testimony living, not just talking to her, talking to the things that you really must receive it and hold a truth and account of it. Now finally to this place, if you know not a whole scriptures or things that are actually talking about a new heaven and old heaven and relationship of this, what relationship do you have to the or with the new heaven and new earth? If your relationship is with the old heaven and the old earth, you'll definitely be in that place because you have not done anything to enter into what? The new heaven and new heaven and earth. Thank you so much. Now it's the same here. The Isaiah chapter 5. That is Isaiah. There's something in Isaiah chapter 5. You might just take something into that and go after this. You take it also into consideration. Now I say Isaiah chapter 65, verse 1, 7. That's 17. And it said, "For behold, I curate." So the Lord said, "He who created the environment before my coming, or the Spirit that created before my coming, and that I put on again myself." He said, "Create new heavens and a new earth." If you think this is impossible, it's not possible that you are hearing this, then it means that you are already not living in the old heaven and the new earth. You are not living under the old heaven, and you are not living on the old earth. That's what they're saying. So as you were not there before it was created, so you are living this day, and you are still not living because you are still not there, because you don't know how creation works. So he says, "For behold, shall the Lord say, behold, and it shall not be established, and it shall not be created." He said, "Create new heavens and a new earth." He shall have something written of this, but how he created it before it was named after earth, that is what he said I'm talking about. But for Christ, he did say that of heavens, so that is established. And the former things will not be remembered or come to mind. So there are certain things that actually, once it has been dealt with by the Spirit, you'll see a change, surely. Now go to Hebrews chapter 1, 2 again, verse 26. As you can see this live on the screen. That's what I'm saying. So it shall be created before the ones who actually trust that the Lord has said his thing or has decreed, and it shall not fail. Now, I say Hebrews chapter 1, 2, verse 26 to 27. Now, listen. He said, and his voice shook the earth, what it was before the name is after earth. Then, he said, but now he has promised. So, what shall be the promise of the Lord like? That he would lift Christ up into the heavens and people witness it. Here, that's such a promise. Yet once more. So listen, he did it once. Now, if you are doing something once again, if you have been taught this English language, and they say, oh, when you do something like this once, and then you want to do another thing, and you want to qualify it by saying you want to add a new system or do something again, what would you say it is? Once more. You did it first, and you want to do it maybe the second time. So simply saying you did it first and you want to do it the second time, simply putting it into one word, he said, once more. Once more. So he said, yet once more, the Lord who made it, the Spirit who commanded, he said, I will shake. So the Lord said, he will shake not only the earth, what it was before it was named after yet. He said, but also the heaven. So this time around, even if you have been told something had happened to the earth and you have only seen things about earth, except also you have also known what has happened in the heavens. So that when it comes down here and it's telling you what you should do, the new and the way forward, you will not tell them you have been given already a place. But if you know that place, then it's better you keep it where you are going. And it says, yet once more, in quote, once more, denotes the removing of those things which can be shaken as of created things, so that those things which cannot be shaken may remain. So if a gun was shot or a whole earthquake had shaken this place or somewhere, and they that be a victim, surely they have missed what is this word, shall remain. Do you understand me? Shall remain. They have missed it. So they are not remained. They are destroyed because of that shocking. Thank you so much for listening here and your understanding of the scriptures of what the new and then old heaven really comprises. And it's supposed to only be spoken to you about what you are saying, real as it is. So you shall say that the Lord indeed is one that giveth his own wisdom to his people, that they may speak that wisdom, purest state, undiluted unto you, so that you shall not say, I hold this against you, yet the Lord holds no such thing against me. That I say, thank you again. It is really good when you have such things and before you, someone who just don't want to understand that the Lord has ever done such a thing before. But I say to you, you can even take more into this. You can take certain things into consideration, and it's so amazing. Even as you can see, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 12 to 13, you can still have a lot of things over there going on. And so it is. Thank you so much. If it is, as I speak, it is so extended with such a voice and power. So the manner of giving and life, you must really receive something and say, yes, it is indeed received. Thank you for your greatest work that never fails. For he who knows this work shall not fail what the Lord has commanded. May we never fail what he, the Lord, truly has commanded. Thank you. If you were once given, you shall not say that it is not given to whom you have received these words. If you truly have been given, then you shall say truly, this is pure, and it is given not on the basis and foundation of people and their thinking or whatever they think is right before them. I just want to say that your world, if be created, then what should be the expectation of the Lord? That he will give you a whole new place, a place that should not be shaken. If the Lord be himself by himself for his goodness, who shall touch, and it shall not be touched if you are given by power truly. If you are given truly by spirit, who and what shall you speak on? That it shall not be given, and as it is, that it shall not be. The Lord who has commanded it, say he declared. And what do you think the declaration of the Lord, if he has made, is actually about? Thank you, life exists. Thank you, somebody, for your really attention you're giving. because the Lord needs someone who pays such an attention to say, indeed, if the Lord be not what he is, then what else? What else could you be talking about? If you don't have or your light, if you don't kindle your fuel, or you don't kindle your lamp to see it as a true lamp, then what are you telling someone? So that this is as a light in that place. As you can see that that area, that very regime of light, that is the only thing you are. The whole other thing that you are seeing, this is how it is. It's such a world that he said he created, and it was covered by what? Darkness. He made it like that. And then later, he ignite light so that you could see that by the signs of seeing it darkness and then putting light into it, that he that dwelleth in this, he had become light, or he made that person particular light that you may see truly. If light is working in darkness, you can see it shaking. It means there is life in this. But as that thing being opaque or black to you, what else do you see? It is only that area where the light shines that you see to be light, and that you can see the function of the light. Thank you so much. As the air even commence their work right now, I want to say that they said, when wisdom giveth you this kind of understanding, no man can change it to what they understand. I've always shown you that the witness and the testimony of what I do, the air has borne so much witness to what I do more than anything else, because the air feeds me. Even what I don't have, the air changed my bones. Whatever the Lord who created first inside of the body, the framework, the armature of this body, that I called it what it is now. Not the word that is given to it now that is corrupt. Because that is power and spirit, forming something good again. No matter how the burden and weight it is, this burden is taken up and lifted up right now as I speak, because the Lord decree a portion in Isaiah. Let it fail not, and the wealth to display, to carry out this work. Somebody must have sponsored this. Why? Because we are already linked to certain things. But do you also have the pain to say, he must eat, he deserves it? So I speak over these people who think it, that supporting this channel is needful, because the Lord wants to do something new in your life when you do that. Supporting it does not mean you are the one coming to make a change in this. To only say that, for you to continue to hearing this, it takes so much from the one who is giving you this. But it's a responsibility that you have been given also to do it, to support such things. And you know what it shall be unto your return. Thank you, very mighty, very, very wonderful ones. So now, if that which was darkness totally had become a place built like this, would you say that since you came down on this earth, or since you were born, you have ever seen such a place? It is until it's built. So these things that we are being told, that you are being told that you must pay attention to, that somebody actually built it. If you didn't know that somebody created these things, then you tell me that you are just in a world that somebody created and that's all. These things are all being created. Thank you so much. The Spirit of the Lord cannot fake it. Thank you. By this number, I say thank you again. I cannot do this without the one who is seated here. Thank you again. The Lord by himself is a true light, truly. This is Mission and Ministries Sylvester Broadcasting. Thank you so much. The spirit that we give it is not polluted nor corrupt. The heavens bear witness to their own works. And so I say thank you again. Into my house, my host, and my host in Nkonya, they receive so much abundance of this healing transformation, because this is where I belong. I don't belong to your house. My house did not actually have what you have in your house, so I cannot belong in your house, because my house doeth good things. That's giving you food, feeding you even though myself. So if I need anything to be given, I am now the one who is next to eat it. Thank you. I'm a prince already. If you don't know, I tell you once again. My mom is a princess, born of a king. So you should better know. If I don't call her mom, doesn't make it somebody's mother. Yes, she has not given birth to the devil of you. I have nothing to do with those things you claim. But if that the Lord has a testimony of us, born of us by the Spirit of his own self, then if I prince, let it not be the kind of you are. I respect that authority of its holiness. Very well. Thanks.